Well, it's my pleasure to introduce Carol Gilly.
Hello.
Carol has been a realtor for longer than we both like to think, but it's at least 25 years. And she has been with Pacific Design Center since its inception 15 years ago. So she is one of the backbones of the office and of the real estate business in general. Through all that, Carol has also attended UCLA Law School. She's a licensed mediator with Superior Court of the City of Los Angeles, and she has for years currently served on many positions at the Board of Realtors, and she's currently on the Compliance Board. So I wanted to have Carol talk with us today a little bit about how all that works and some very good, helpful tips for all of you working in this industry.
Okay, well, mediators really don't have a license, but as a mediator, one of the things that we do is we try to make sure that we tell people how important contracts are and the fact that when you write a contract, once you sign your name to it, you're responsible for it. And not only responsible for the content of the contract in the days in which all of us have assistants and such, but you're responsible for the same kind of contract when you put your listing in the MLS. So to those of us who've been in the business a while, it's important to tell everybody how important it is to pay attention to those pieces of paper that you sign, because ultimately you're responsible for them.
Carol, what's the most common thing that you mediate with the Superior Court in regards to real estate?
It's usually a dispute regarding disclosure. Many times a seller has thought he has disclosed everything that is a material fact, and oftentimes they haven't. So it's the agent's really responsibility to make sure that your client is disclosing all material facts. So that means we don't just have to let them fill out the papers, we have to ask them questions when they fill out the papers.
And then what would you say is the most common thing, or several common things, that you see as a member of the compliance board? What is the thing that realtors most likely, intentionally or unintentionally mess up on, and which brings them before the compliance board?
Well, very oftentimes it's related to time on market, because listings are staying on the market longer now, and everybody wants to be able to pretend that their listing is new when actually it's a listing that's been on the market a very long time. So we really have to make very clear with all of the agents that once your listing has been on the market for 6 months, you can't just take it off and put it right back on again and expect that it be marketed as new, because we don't allow that. We have something called CEDAM, and what it is it's really taking an aggregate of all the days on market, so everybody can look now and tell that your property's been on a market a long time. And you are going to get sanctioned if you try to put a listing on that isn't new and has been on the market a long period of time.
Through all of this, besides being a mediator, besides serving on the board, Carol also manages to be one of the top producers in the office, has been for years and years and years, longer than anyone can remember. And her business takes her everywhere from the Hollywood Hills all the way south to Westchester. And if she sensed there was someone who needed her, I'm sure she'd even go as east as however far it took her. She goes everywhere and does everything, and she has the enviable position of selling a lot of her listings herself. So I had the pleasure of being on a phone call with her once when she was presenting multiple offers, and the seller said, "I trust you so much that I would prefer to have you on the other end of the transaction so that I know it's being handled properly." That is the biggest compliment any realtor can ever receive from a client, is to tell them that they trusted them so much that they wanted them to represent both sides of the transaction. Carol, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, and we're lucky too. We have a great team in our office, great team spirit, great people, and a great manager.
Oh,
Lucky us.
thank you.